Mysteries and shadows in the darkest maze. Footsteps echo in the empty hall. Mysteries waiting on our call. Bigfoot stomping through the pines. Aliens sending secret signs. EVPs in the dead of night. Ghosts dancing in the pale moonlight. Paranormal for a long we bring it to you. Truth behind the veil, gotta pursue you.
All right.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Yep.
My mic working?
Yep. I can hear you.
Huh. I can't hear myself.
Hey, Paul. How you doing, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can't hear yourself. That's funny.
What about now?
So I hope everybody is doing good. I hope that, you are weathering the storm. Here, it's been a weird day today, hasn't it, Jason? It's kind of just started off sleeting a little bit. It had a little bit of snow in it.
Yeah.
And then it's been freezing rain for most of the day.
Hey, Michelle.
And then it started raining about an hour ago. And hey, baby girl, Casper. So, but now I look out the top porch, off my top porch, and I've already got icicles starting to hang down. I mean, some of them are, just about an inch or so, and then some of them are already probably 5 or 6 inches long. So pretty cool.
Yeah. I ain't got no icicles.
No icicles, huh?
No. It's raining here though.
Have you looked outside on your porch?
Yeah.
You might have some, maybe. We'll see.
We might. I mean,
Paul says they have 2 inches. Wow. That's awesome.
waiting for round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Get in here.
That's it. Get over here.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
Yes. Baby girl says she ain't got nothing.
No rain, no nothing.
That's crazy. She's further up in the mountains than what we are. We're in the valley, so
Yeah.
it's interesting.
She's at the foot.
The foot of the mountains.
The foot of the mountain.
Yeah, I remember going over to her house. There's some windy little roads getting there. So Randy says his garage has icicles. So
I should have some icicles in. He just lives about 100 yards from me.
you could throw a rock and hit the back of his house. So
maybe 200 yards.
Yeah.
What's up, Randy?
What's up, everybody? Again, I hope everybody's faring well in this ice apocalypse here in East Tennessee, and tomorrow it's all going to go away. So be thankful for that. It's supposed to get into the 40s and rain all day tomorrow. Hey, Steven, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Steven. Yeah, but man, it's going to be cold Monday morning.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really cold. So, what doesn't dry up will probably turn into ice.
Yeah.
So anyone here in East Tennessee area, definitely be careful. Be careful.
So tonight you going to say something else?
I was just going to say, be careful.
Yeah.
Is your day going pretty good?
My day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been chilling all day.
Yeah, me too.
Did a low country bowl, eat supper. Man, I'm full.
I've been watching it sleep and then I've also wife and I ate some hot dogs for lunch. We just had hot dogs.
Well, I did get out early this morning, took the family out on a propane run, because last night I went probably to 10 places. They didn't have a lick of propane one.
You should have went to Lenore City.
Well, I found it about 5 miles from the house.
Oh yeah.
They fill up. It's actually cheaper too, because over here at Sloan's Village, you know, the Ace or whatever it is, they actually fill your tanks up.
Right.
It's like 300 or not 300, but $3.50 a pound. So
it's not bad. Not bad at all. I figured, there in Lenore City, you could go to what is that? The Tractor Supply.
yeah.
They fill your tanks and stuff up there too. So
Yeah, I think we're going to miss all the snow. We might get some ice.
yeah, ice is what we'll get for the rest of the night until tomorrow, and it switches over into rain. So yeehaw.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about inventors that were silenced, by mysterious deaths.
They died mysteriously.
Mysteriously. Now, this might be a little on the conspiracy side, but we love doing that.
This is a conspiracy for sure.
We love doing conspiracies too.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a good one, so
that's what we started on. But I want to thank everybody for being in the chat room. Right, David?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for being here, joining us on this fabulous night. I mean, what else do you got to do, right? Just listen to us.
Get you a cup of coffee or a cold drink. Chill out with us. So,
right.
Hey, Truth. So, we're often taught that the history of human progress is a steady, triumphant climb toward the light. But if you peer into the shadows of the last century, you'll find a graveyard. It's a silent, sprawling archive of impossible inventions and the brilliant, defiant minds who were erased just as they were about to change the world forever. So we found a few of these, and these are not just stories of bad luck. They're the chronicles of the men who stepped onto the toes of giants, and they were crushed for it. They lost their life. Ain't that right?
That's a fact.
Ain't that right, Lady Mo?
What's crazy about this is a lot of these, like this very first one we're going to talk about, is something that is an engine we still use today. I mean, especially in my line of work, what we do. So it's funny when you hear things like some of these things that we're going to say, and then you realize what they were originally made for, like this first one. And you wonder yourself, why isn't it still that way?
Right.
Oh, Paul says he's sitting with the fire listening to us. That's awesome. Crackle of a fire.
What about a little tumbler with some gin and juice in it? Huh? That sounds good too.
Well, that's an internal fire then, right? No. That's warming up from the inside.
Yeah.
So this very first one we're going to talk about is Rudolph Diesel. Everybody knows the name Diesel, right? Diesel trucks, diesel engines, actually.
Very popular nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to have, a lot of the global distribution we have without it. So, the biofuel revolution. So in 1897, Rudolph Diesel perfected an engine that was very, very efficient. Now, what the problem with it was the choice of fuel that this engine ran on. Diesel's engine did not need expensive processed petroleum controlled by the Rockefellers. It actually ran on peanut oil and hemp oil. Now, he envisioned a world of socialized power where farmers could grow their own fuel, which stripped the global monopolies of their leverage over the common man. So on September 29th, 1913, Diesel boarded the SS Dresden to head to London for a secret meeting with the British Admiralty. Now, he was going to help them convert their fleet to his bio engines, which would have rendered German coal and international oil irrelevant in the upcoming World War. So after dinner, he retired to his cabin. He was never seen alive again. His bed was never slept in. His watch was found neatly placed on his nightstand. Then weeks later, a body was found in the North Sea.
Hey, Barbara.
His journals, which he carried in a leather bag at all times, were missing. Now, whether it was the German Secret Service or the oil barons, someone ensured that the diesel engine of the future would be forced to run on diesel fuel by a byproduct of petroleum rather than the plants of the field. Hey, Barbara. And that's fact. Diesel engines, and, you know, they still can pretty much run on non-processed oils.
So the
like
diesel engines today, you think they would, if you put some peanut oil or hemp oil in it, they'd run?
Absolutely. The problem is like you could take the way that they're made today, they're not efficient at it. Like we was talking about how these original ones were very efficient at it. But you could go take your oil that you use to fry peanuts or what, peanut oil that you use to fry, French fries or whatever in. You would need to make sure that it didn't have any debris and stuff in it, but you could put it and a diesel engine would run it. Yes, absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I always wanted to get a generator that run on diesel, because if need be, you could produce your own, fuel for that diesel engine.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
So the second guy we're going to talk about, his name was Tom Ogle. So in 1977, a young El Paso mechanic named Tom Ogle unveiled a 1970 Ford Galaxy that could travel 100 miles on a single gallon of gas. Well, that's amazing.
Yep.
100 miles on 1 gallon.
Yep. I remember hearing about this one.
Yeah. And this was in the, the 70s.
Yep.
So he realized that modern carburetors were intentionally made to be inefficient. Spraying liquid gas that never fully burns. So he invented a filter vaporizer that used the engine's vacuum to boil the gas into a dry vapor before it reached the cylinders. So in the end, Ogle was immediately approached by the representatives of international oil companies who offered him $25 million to sell them the patent.
Mm-hmm.
And he refused. And he famously stated that he wanted the technology to reach the public. So soon after his life went in a spiral, he was shot by an unknown assailant in the street, but he survived. However, in 1981, he collapsed at a friend's house and died. And the official cause was an overdose of alcohol and Darvon, despite friends insisting he was not a drug user. So all his prototypes were seized by the company called Advanced Fuel Systems, which they never did produce a single unit. The 100-mile per gallon car remains a myth, safely buried in a vault. That would have been amazing to have nowadays, wouldn't it?
Yep. And I'm sure you can Google or even go on YouTube and probably see that. Probably this next one too, the Stanley Myers.
Yeah.
Because it was in the 1990s. And, you know,
I remember this one.
Yeah, I do too. I definitely remember this one. What's crazy is that these people all hit on something that would take and make things more efficient, which, you know, is what they're always aiming for, supposedly, right? To make things more efficient. But when these companies try to purchase them from these people, they're like, nah, I just want to go ahead and do this myself, you know, and then they end up unalived.
Yeah.
Somehow.
You know, the only reason that these companies supposedly wanted to purchase patents was to hide it.
Of course. I mean, well, this is what you do, right? So you store it away, especially something in like what we're about to talk about the water fuel cell.
Mm-hmm.
You store that away, and then when we'll say sometime in the future, petroleum is so hard to get that it's just crazy, outrageously priced. You bring this out and say, oh, look what we have, right? Something that you've had forever. Well, you bring it out and then you mass market it and you make billions off of it. Yep. So, you know, that's what it is. They play the long game on this stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But things that undermine, you know, what they're in at this point, they want rid of it. You know,
that's capitalism for you.
Yep. I mean, for the good and the bad, you know what I mean? It's, but anything has both sides, I guess. You know, this next one we're going to talk about, Stanley Meyer. He invented the water fuel cell, which was interesting. Mm-hmm. So in the 90s, Stanley Meyer claimed that he could replace gasoline entirely with water. He had developed a water fuel cell that used high-frequency resonance to shatter H2O molecules, man, I can't speak, into hydrogen and oxygen gases. So he demonstrated a dune buggy that he claimed could cross the United States on just 22 gallons of water taken from a garden hose. Hey, Corky, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Corky?
So in 1998, Meyer was meeting with two Belgian investors at a Cracker Barrel restaurant. Go figure that, huh?
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. After taking a sip of cranberry juice, he suddenly clutched his throat, ran to the parking lot, and collapsed on his knees. Now, his brother Stephen was there to hear his final words. He said, "They poisoned me." The coroner ruled it out as a brain aneurysm, is what they said that it was.
Mm-hmm.
The timing occurring just as he was about to sign a major international funding deal remains the hallmark of a professional hit. Now, his equipment was later stolen and his research was labeled fraudulent by the state.
You know, we see a lot of that if we go back and look at these people, that most of their research, all of the research was stolen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the same thing happened to Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corky, there's nothing else to do but kind of hang out in there. It's just
hanging out like a big hair in a biscuit.
Yeah, hair in a Hardee's biscuit.
Ooh, Hardee's biscuit.
Yeah.
You know, since they took Hardee's out of here, I ain't been the same. They did make some good biscuits.
It was crazy, but there was, you know, they got to where they was only open for breakfast, and that was it. They closed.
Yeah, that was the hangout for the
all the old guys.
Senior citizens of a morning, but now it's Bojangles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ice-mageddon 2026.
Yeah.
Saturday. Oh.
So, hello from Louisiana. Hello, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing? Nice to have you. How's it in Louisiana? I know parts of Louisiana was getting hit by the storm too. So, how's it down there?
Yeah.
What a name, right? Windy Day.
Windy Day. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
So, our next inventor was Royal Raymond Rife. Royal Rife was perhaps the greatest microscopist in history. In the 30s, he discovered that every virus and bacteria has its own resonant frequency, which I believe that. Everything has a frequency.
Yes.
He built a beam ray machine that could blast these pathogens with their own frequency, shattering them instantly without harming human cells, which he named the process mortal oscillatory rate, or MOR. Could you imagine being able to do that now? Just using frequency, radio waves, or whatever kind of waves.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that is that there's scientists now that are studying like Alzheimer's and stuff, and they're saying that it's a plaque that's building up in certain areas of the brain,
Mm-hmm.
and they are using sound frequencies to break that plaque up off the brain.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. So
don't they use that too? Some kind of sound frequency to bust up blood clots?
yeah, I think they can do it in blood clots. They also can do it sometimes when you have like what is that? You get where you try to pass them. What is it called? The freaking
Gallstones.
gallstones. Yeah, they are
Kidney stones.
Kidney stone. That's the one. Kidney stones. They could try to break them up with sound too. So
Yeah, I know they can do that with kidney stones. I've heard of it.
yeah.
So in 1934, there was a clinical study at the University of Southern California that documented Rife's machine curing 16 terminal cancer patients.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I know we've got a cure for that. I know we do.
It's only allowed for the elite, Jason.
Yeah. And, instead of receiving a Nobel prize, he was met with destruction. The head of the AMA, Morris Fishbane, allegedly tried to buy the rights. So Rife refused. His labs were burned to the ground. His colleagues were bribed, and medical journals were forbidden from publishing his findings. So Rife died in 1971 in a hospital from a combination of Valium and alcohol. The technology to cure disease with light and sound was replaced by the $1 trillion chemotherapy industry.
Yeah, which kills you.
Yeah.
It just kills you.
Basically kills you.
That's what chemotherapy does.
I don't know about that.
It kills all your white blood cells. And what they try to do is kill the disease before it kills you, before the chemotherapy kills you.
Yeah.
And it's a toss-up. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's interesting.
How do these people look at
1930s.
themselves in the mirror?
It's all about this right here. They don't care.
I mean, I don't know.
That's what's sad is that if something like that would have been able to come out to market, would have been able to do what he intended for this to do,
yeah,
then getting cancer would be about like catching the common cold.
Mm-hmm.
Take an antiviral and you're done, right? I mean, you go in and they just break it up and then you're done.
Right.
So I don't know. I just think it's funny how, all these things that we're talking about, I mean, you could research, they're there.
Yeah, they're all there. That's what
And
we did. We researched all these cases, and it's just wild.
and that's what's funny about it is that if you start putting all this together and really looking at it, you're like, it ends up being why. You have a few questions. Why are these people killed? Well, they're invading on something, right? I mean, chemotherapy, just that alone is billions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars a year. And if you could sit there and take that away, the same thing, 100 miles on a gallon of fuel. Come on, man. What would that do? You know what I mean? Exactly. Yep. Yeah. You don't want to cure it because you want to keep them coming back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, 100, like again, 99 miles to a gallon of fuel. Are you going to do that? Right. Because if people don't have to fill up, but once every 6 months when you drive 3 miles away, like I do every day for work, I mean, that's going to hurt the industry. Right. So
30 gallons would cost you what? Well, 30 gallons would get you 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep.
We could go to California on a tank of gas.
You go to California, turn around and start coming back.
Yeah.
Southern California is only 2,100 miles away from us. So,
but we want to go to Northern California.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful up there. I've been there many a times. So Dr. Gerald Bull, he was a ballistics genius who wanted to make space travel as cheap as a bus ticket. Now, he realized that 90% of a rocket's weight is just the fuel needed to lift the fuel. He invented the super gun. Now, I was watching something the other day. Well, I'm going to stop right there for a second. I was watching something the other day, and it was people talking about this very thing. It takes 1 gallon of fuel to lift per pound that you're lifting, and that includes the weight of the fuel itself that it's lifting it up with. Yeah. So, and that's what he says here. He realized that 90% of a rocket's weight is just the fuel needed to lift the fuel. So he invented the super gun, which was a massive 500-foot long cannon that could fire satellites into orbit.
Wow.
Yeah. So it would have bypassed the billion-dollar aerospace industry and allowed any nation to reach the stars.
Yeah.
So he couldn't get funding in the West. So Bull took a deal from Iraq to build Project Babylon. So in March of 1990, as he arrived at his apartment in Brussels, a professional team shot him 5 times in the head and neck with silenced pistols. His briefcase was filled with $20,000 in cash, was not touched. This was an execution to prevent the I can't even say this word, Jason. Democratization of space. So they created the creation of a weapon that could hit any city from a fixed location within months of his death. The project was dismantled by global intelligence agencies. I could see it from the, from the part of a creation of weapon that could hit any city from a fixed location. But I mean, we've got that technology. That's what ballistic missiles are, No difference. No different than a ballistic missile. Yeah, Barbara, you're right. Pharmaceutical companies make too much money. keeping people ill. That is what they do. It's not about healing. It's about just keeping you come back.
Yeah, it's just like some of these doctors I know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Dr. Doom. Yeah, you're going to need to come back. We'll check you in about 3 months. We're going to check you in about 2 weeks. Come back. We'll check you.
Take 2 of these days.
They have a nurse practitioner come in and ask you a few questions and charge you.
Yeah.
So many $1,000. Just, I don't know. It's wild.
It's all money.
All money. The root of all evil.
I don't know. I think that's the love of money.
We got to have it, though.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. So this next one is Victor Schauberger. Schauberger.
Yeah.
He was nicknamed the Water Wizard. So he
was a cousin of Gandalf.
Gandalf the Great. Gandalf the White.
The Gray.
Gandalf the Gray.
Yeah.
So he was an Austrian forester. He believed that modern technology was suicidal because it used heat and explosions.
Okay.
He studied the vortexes of forest streams and invented the implosion technology. He claimed to have built flying discs for the German government during World War II that used repulsion, which these were engines and motors that required no fuel, only air and water, and they created a massive lift.
That's interesting.
It is. I think, this could be something to that. Germans.
Well, they were way ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
In World War II. So.
Yeah. But, after the war ended, Schauberger was brought to the U.S. by a consortium that promised to develop his energy technology. So instead, he was allegedly held in a facility, coerced into signing away all his patents, prototypes, and he was told that he could never speak of his work again. So he was sent back to Austria. 5 days after his return in 1958, he died of a broken heart, crying, "They took everything from me. I don't even own myself anymore."
Well, that was exactly
Would
what
you call that mysterious?
Maybe. I mean, that's Operation Paperclip did the same thing, right? We took all the Nazi scientists and brought them here, and I mean, von Braun, was one of the most notable of those. But we brought them all here to take their technologies because they were so much more further ahead than we were. So. So I just say that that's very possible that they did that. It's crazy that they actually let him go back home, though. So
yeah. Well, I mean, they made him sign all his patents over, so maybe that was a stipulation. He wanted to go back home.
Maybe. So Stefan Marinoff was a brilliant physicist who claimed that modern physics, specifically the theories of Einstein, was a dogma used to hide the truth about energy. So he built over unity motors, excuse me, like the Siberian Kolu, that he claimed could pull energy from the vacuum of space, providing free, clean electricity to every household on Earth. So he's talking about 0-point energy, which is crazy because, as far as we know, physicists and physics itself says that free energy, they know that it's there, right? They call it Planck energy. They know it's there, but they do not know how to access this Planck energy. So that's interesting. Now, he was a vocal activist, often protesting at scientific conferences. So in 1997, he reportedly jumped from the 7th floor of a university library in Austria. His suicide note was taped and lacked his usual scientific rigor, leading many to believe he was thrown from the building to prevent him from publishing data that would have made the global energy grid obsolete.
Huh.
That's almost the same thing that, Tesla was trying to do. They pulled all funding from Tesla,
That's wild.
Yeah.
So the next one is we're going to be talking about the legacy of the secrecy orders. So the common thread in these stories isn't just death, it's to the erasure of the work. Under the Inventions Secrecy Act of 1951, the U.S. government has the legal right to vault any patent that threatens national security. So as of today, there are over 6,000 patents, mostly in the field of free energy, cold fusion, and advanced healing that the public is legally forbidden from seeing.
So take that into account. Free energy, cold fusion, which means cheap energy, or advanced healing. So probably stuff that, gets rid of stuff like all common ailments that kill people anymore, So cancers and stuff like that. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
I'll let you talk about the next one. That was short.
Yeah. You might want to check your paper at the end because I put it on there twice for some reason. So the next one is one David's been talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me find it. So David's been talking about Nikola Tesla. So in the final years of Tesla's life, he lived in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel. And he claimed to have perfected 2 technologies that would have ended warfare and energy scarcity forever. The first was Teleforce, which was a peace ray or death ray that he could accelerate pellets of mercury to such speeds that they could melt airplane engines from 250 miles away. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the second one was his wireless energy system, electricity system, an evolution of his Wardenclyffe project, which he claimed could transmit not just data, but massive amounts of electrical power through the Earth's strata, providing free energy to any point on the globe. Mm-hmm. Now that would break a lot of energy companies.
Yep.
So the disappearance of the papers. So he passed away on January 7th, 1943. He was a naturalized U.S. citizen. However, within hours of his death, the Office of Alien Property, or the OAP, acting on orders from the FBI, seized every notebook, every blueprint, and every trunk that was in his room. So it's reported that several trunks of Tesla's most sensitive notes were taken. When his nephew, Sava Kazanovic, eventually fought to have Tesla's belongings returned to Belgrade, many technical papers were missing. So the government tasked Dr. John G. Trump. I wonder if he's related.
He is.
Yeah. He was an MIT physicist and uncle. So he's the uncle of the 45th U.S. president.
Yep. Number 45 and 47. Yep.
So Trump officially reported that the papers were purely speculative and philosophical. So the mystery was that if the papers were useless, why did the FBI maintain a top secret classification on them for decades? Why did the U.S. military suddenly begin a deep dive research into HAARP, which is a high frequency active auroral research program, and directed energy weapons shortly after? So many believe that the core of Tesla's free energy and his anti-gravity research was siphoned into black budget projects hidden from humanity to maintain the dominance on the petroleum and utility industries.
Absolutely. Again, over and over and over again, we keep talking about those two things, right?
Yeah.
It's
Energy and just energy.
energy is the biggest one of them all, but then you see where it's also technologies sometimes that also go in there for, medical and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barbara said, why did they not give them back if there was nothing to hide? It's a fact.
Right. They still got them. They're probably using all of his patents and papers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was funny because, someone walked up to Einstein one time and said, what is it like being the smartest man in the world? And you know what he said? I don't know. Ask Tesla. That's his actual words. So Dr. Eugene Malov was a Harvard-educated scientist and chief science writer at MIT. So he's pretty smart. He actually became the world's leading voice for cold fusion or low-energy nuclear reactions. Now, he believed that the 1989 experiments by Fleischmann and Pons had been unfairly suppressed by the scientific elite, who feared a source of unlimited, nearly free energy that produced no radioactive waste. Whoa.
Yeah.
So that means you couldn't have a nuclear meltdown or something, right?
Right.
So in May of 2004, Malov was cleaning out his childhood home in Norwich, Connecticut. He was found beaten to death in his driveway, while two men were eventually convicted in what police called a robbery gone wrong. The timing still remains chilling to the scientific community. Malov was just days away from publishing a massive evidence-backed open letter to the U.S. government, demanding a reinvestigation into cold fusion that could have shifted the global energy paradigm.
There you go. Another energy one.
Yeah. Again, the energy barons of the world are not going to allow that to happen if they have anything to do with it. And governments are part of that. I mean, you got to think the U.S. dollar and most other currencies are based on those kinds of things. So U.S. dollar is very much tied to oil.
Oh, yeah. So this is the last one we have. Daniel Dingle. Bingo. So he was in the Philippines. He was an engineer, and he claimed to have developed a car that ran on water as early as 1969. So he claimed to use a specialized reactor to split water into hydrogen on demand.
So this is the second one of these now.
Yeah. Preventing the need for high pressure storage tanks. For decades, he was a local hero demonstrating his water car to government officials and the press. But, Dingle, he didn't die in a parking lot. He was killed by the legal system. In 2008, at the age of 82, Dingle was sentenced to 20 years in prison following a lawsuit from an investor from Taiwan. So the crime was his refusal to reveal the secret catalyst used in his research before the project was fully protected. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, that's insane.
So he died while his appeals were pending, and his technology was declared a hoax by the state, and the blueprints for a water-powered Philippines were extinguished in a jail cell.
Yep. That's where it goes.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So the
Water
Invention
powered car.
Secrecy Act is the most terrifying aspect of these stories, is that the suppression is perfectly legal under the Invention Secrecy Act of 1951. So the U.S. Patent Office has a standing committee that reviews every patent filed. So if an invention is deemed a threat to national security, like Jason said earlier, a term that has been expanded to include economic stability, the government can issue a secrecy order, and the inventor is forbidden from talking about, selling, or even using their own invention. Think about that, Jason.
Yeah.
Blueprints are moved to a secure facility, and any violation of this silence is a federal crime. Like you said a little bit ago, as of today, there are over 6,000 patents under secrecy orders. So they all include high-efficiency fuel systems, rapid healing medical devices, revolutionary propulsion systems. We don't have a free energy world, not because we lack the genius, but because we have perfected the art of burying.
The art of making the rich richer.
Well, again, when it comes to free energy and all these other things, when our American dollar is literally tied to every barrel of oil that sells, because they have to convert their money systems into the dollar to buy oil on the open market. When our money is literally tied to that, they will do whatever it takes to make sure that it doesn't go through.
Yep.
Period. End of story.
Finito.
Finito. Concealment. Yes.
Hey, let's take just a few minutes, or a minute, say a minute, and let's just hear a couple of words from two of our followers. How about, what do you think, David? We ain't played these in a long time.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Listen now.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria in Madisonville, Tennessee. Cool little pizza shop with a paranormal and cryptid theme. Just voted best pizza in Monroe County. Follow us on Facebook at Legends and Lore Pizzeria to get the latest updates on hours, specials, and new menu items.
Ooh, Legends and Lore.
Legends of Lore. Good pizza. Best pizza around, period. So
It is. And if you like music, here's you another one.
This is Jeff Reagan of the band Catalyst. Visit Paranormal 411. Click on our link on the right-hand side to listen to or purchase any of our albums on BandLab.
Oh, yeah.
yes,
I just thought we'd play them since
we haven't
we
done it.
used to play them all the time.
So what does everybody in the audience think about some of this stuff that we talked about tonight? What do you think that these things, these 6,000 plus patents that we know are withheld from the American people and the world, really? I mean, not just the American people, it's the world.
Yeah.
Should we as American citizens and as the world demand that these technologies be let out so everybody could benefit from them. Because I really do. I think that we should.
Yeah, I
not
do.
the
I
Secrecy
think
Act.
so. I think the rich is rich enough, and we deserve a little break from all the high prices on everything.
Well, and at the same time, when it comes to some of these technologies, you know, you're actually going to enable further systems to piggyback off of those systems, right?
Yeah.
So if you allow that to happen at this stage in our evolution, we'll say as a world,
Yeah,
we only go up from there. So we could take ourselves from a type 0 civilization to a type 1 civilization. We could actually make that next jump to that type 1 civilization, but for some reason we're being held back from doing that, which is astonishing, really, if you think about
Yeah.
it.
the elite.
There's somebody, right? I mean, there's somebody that's making these decisions to pass these bills or whatever it is to start doing this, and obviously it's been going on for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure there's more than what it is that we just talked about tonight. See, Barbara says they need to release them. Ruins their agenda to maintain dominance. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think when it comes down to it, I knew about Rudolph Diesel and his engine. I knew that it was originally, made to go on oil and stuff, and not not oils as far as like diesel fuels or fuel oils or anything like that. But it was made to actually go burn on peanut oil. That's what it was originally made for. So, yeah,
What about the other category of health? I mean, there's a couple of factors involved in that, and I think one of them, one of them's definitely money,
right.
but
Yeah.
the other one, I think, population control.
Yeah. I mean, they always have wanted to control the population and shrink the size of the population, right?
Yeah, I mean, our lifespan has decreased so much since, in the ancient times. I mean, people lived a long time.
Well, I mean, if you look at Sumerian kings lists and things like that, I think at one time we did live a lot longer.
I think going backwards.
Well, I think that Dr. Stephen Greer talks about it one time. He was given the opportunity to see a place, to be taken to a place to be seen this futuristic, I guess you'd call it like a hospital, but no one ever could go there. If I'm not mistaken, he said it was like in Texas or something, but it was like this warehouse, and it had devices in there that could do just about anything. Regrow fingers, legs, eyes. I mean, if you're paralyzed, they could fix you to where you could walk again. All this technology was there, he talked about, but he was told why they couldn't release it. You know why?
Why?
Because the energy that these things ran off of would collapse our system, because they were like free energy devices.
Huh.
Yep.
So they kind of coincide together.
Yes.
The health and the energy. That's all too.
Yep. That's what Dr. Stephen Greer talks about. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it that way, like you just said, maybe the reason a lot of this stuff is suppressed is mainly because of the energy. Because like I've said 15 times now, our American currency is based on the petroleum dollar. So,
Yeah.
We went away from gold standard and all that stuff a long time ago.
Let's just get the oil.
Yes. Well, that's why, there was this backroom deals and stuff between Russia and China and stuff to try to circumvent the American dollar in purchasing oil. And if you look at what happens there, then now all of a sudden, when all that starts happening, now they're the great evil of the world, where we were all trading partners and pretty close. But then now all of a sudden, oh, they're evil. We need to get rid of them. They're bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of coincidences, if that's what you want to call them, when it comes to stuff like this, because of that. I mean, it is all got to do with the petrodollar, I think, or at least a big majority of it is. So anyway,
so I know the earth is, what percentage of the earth is water?
like 70%
water. They do make a little money off, water, but
well, yeah, because
really
the majority of the water on earth is salt water. So
yeah, but they can remove the salt from the water.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So I just don't know if that would be a problem, to make water-based fuel. I don't know. I wouldn't think they'd be able to make a lot of money off of it because water's so abundant.
Oh, and that's the thing about it is that the emissions off of a water-based fuel is water, because all you're doing is separating the hydrogen out of the oxygen molecules to create and you're using the hydrogen to make the car go. So it's a hydrogen-based car, which we've got vehicles now that run on hydrogen.
Yeah.
But these people had it to where you could pour water in there and the car itself would separate the hydrogen and oxygen molecules and burn just the water, or not really the water, but the hydrogen molecules. So, so it's not like it's a dead something that we don't use. It's just that specific technology to put water in there versus putting, tanks of hydrogen in there is the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
they don't want you to go outside and turn on your spigot and fill your car up and drive down the road.
So have you ever put diesel in a gas engine?
No. Which
I haven't, but I know somebody that has. They did it to my brother's truck because we had borrowed my brother's truck, and he went. The guy I was with that was borrowed it really, but I was with him. We went to get some fuel, some gas, and pulled up. It was across the bridge at that gas station over there. So he put diesel, filled it up with diesel. That thing didn't run right ever since then.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's less refined than regular gas is. But if you would have did the opposite, you would have put regular gas in a diesel truck, it would have burnt the engine up.
Yeah.
Because it burns too hot. Yeah.
Well,
Which if you want, you could actually put a little bit of gas in with your diesel.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't kill it. But if you put too much gas in there, so like if you I've known people who's accidentally started filling up their vehicle and noticed, oh my gosh, I put 2 gallons of gas in here and this is a diesel vehicle. If you just go ahead and grab that diesel and just go ahead and finish filling it up, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about the end of the show, right?
It is the end of the show. It's a short show, everybody. This is
Yeah.
a
1 hour
snowpocalypse show or icepocalypse show. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing all right, and getting through the icepocalypse 2026.
Yeah, if we just had Margie Ice, and she would have predicted it.
Yes. Funny. Well, everybody have a good night.
Hey, remember where we're going to be at Saturday?
Yes. We're going to be in Alabama, Gardendale, Alabama. And we're going to be at the premiere of The Vanished.
Oh, yeah.
And Greg Ogle says that all the guys that are in this movie are the most handsome guys in the world. So all you ladies that like handsome guys need to watch this. That's what I've been told. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet, You're right, Jason.
You're right. You can go to Relic Films, probably relicfilms.com, I think, and watch the premiere. I think it's on YouTube. Not the premiere, the trailer.
Yeah, the
I
trailer.
think it's on YouTube too.
Yeah, they will, after the premiere, they will release where you can go watch the movie.
Yes.
And everything. So, and I'm sure he's going to have, like anything else, he's going to have some DVDs that you could purchase or things like that. So, but if you don't have anything else to do next Saturday, come join us down there, because we will be there. We're going to set up and have some fun. So
yeah, we're going to bring it to you live.
Yeah, we're going to be live in living color.
Also, we do have a show scheduled for February the 7th. We're going to have Mr. Paul from Paranormal Among Us.
Oh yeah,
yeah, can't wait for that one.
We have fun when he comes on the show, so
yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Well, David, you want to take us out?
You have some others in the works too, though, right?
Yeah, got some others in the works.
Saw some emails of where you was emailing back and forth to this other guy, so
yeah,
on something too. And then I know you got Blondes and Booze that are probably going to be coming on soon.
Yeah, in February, hopefully. Trying to get February booked up.
Oh, awesome. Hey, if you know anybody else that you would like to see on the show, email us info@paranormal411.org. Or if you'd like to be on the show, email us paranormal411.org, info@paranormal411.org. Definitely, because it'd be fun. So that's tonight's show. Again, I hope everybody has a good weekend. If you're out here in the East, safe, and make sure that you keep up with the weather and don't get out if you don't have to. Right, Jason?
Right.
Remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org, Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. You tune in live every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, and Saturdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We're also on Subspace Radio and all major podcast platforms. And we do have a few books out: East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore Edition 2, A Comprehensive Guide to Paranormal Investigations, and The Haunted Ledger. All are available on Amazon, or you can just go to paranormal411.org and click the links. Join us.
Join us. We'll see you all Thursday.
Good night. Yes. Good night.
Stay safe and warm.
Absolutely.
Have you ever wondered what lurks in the shadows? What secrets the night hides? What strange phenomena might be happening just beyond your perception? Join us as we journey into the world of the paranormal, exploring everything from ghosts and UFOs to cryptids and unexplained occurrences. From haunted houses to all things paranormal, join us in the search for the truth behind the veil. Welcome to Paranormal 411.